Well, we should be live. We're playing Cyberpunk Red, or at least we're going to try to. GM is very tired today. But it's been a while. So we got most of our cast here. We're just minus a dentist. Yeah. Other than that, we're doing all right. Let's go through and introduce our cast. Kim, who are you playing?
I am playing Tetra the Fixer, and I believe we are currently getting the night market underway.
We are indeed. Jameis, who do you got?
All right, I'm playing Alina Red Choom. She's Maker Moto, nearly in equal proportions. We're getting there. So
Sounds good.
Red.
Steven, who you got?
I am playing Pinball, the solo, who lives his life like a video game. And like any good gamer, he is raiding the enemy camp as our own night market goes underway. He, wisely and confidently put his trust and faith in Marius to back him up. But, what you going to do?
Yeah. You were doing that, weren't you?
Yes, I was.
Yeah.
I was also going to be with the Hoffs and helping to deliver the key people who are coming to see what's your name.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is so you guys would normally go out and check out the site while during the day before everything starts. And this is what it is. It's basically can you guys see the battle map? Have I got everything done right there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. It is off basically it used to be a neighborhood. It's right off the tarmac in the middle of a neighborhood.
We're not introducing Richard at all,
I was going to introduce myself at some point.
Yeah.
At the end.
Yeah. Let's do that. I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm very tired. Richard, who you got?
Hi, I'm Richard, and I'm not playing this week. I'm just going to sit here.
Just going to sit here.
I am playing Laszlo Falcon Sane, the medtech of the group, who will, try and patch you up if you are somewhere near him when you get shot. Otherwise, maybe you'll have to crawl towards him.
Okay. So cars have been kind of pulled over. Your Nomad crew uses it for, pulling out parts, that sort of thing. They also use it for target practice and other training out here as well. There is no one still living in this neighborhood. They've kind of cleared folks out for the most part, but it's still within the Night City area. Okay. It's just in the under construction zone, which means no one's in there except for those that are, of larcenous motivations. That sort of thing. Anyway, this is the area they've scoped out for you here. So these automobiles that are just kind of littering the place are in no way functional. They've been stripped of most of their parts, just, rusting holes at this point. But it's a great gathering place. The kind of thing that cuts through the middle of the map there, that's tarmac. So it's like really bad. It's all kind of broken up and rippled and not really good for much other than like dirt bikes and ATV style vehicles. Everything else would probably get destroyed trying to drive on this here. And they did put this slab up here. This slab used to be the foundation of some building. It was basically just raised down to the foundation, and this big slab here, they sometimes put on like rock concerts and performances and stuff like that. So this is what you're given to set up. Now, this van in the back corner here, where I've got kind of your people clustered around, this van is it's a shell. On the inside is everything you need to provide power, electricity, etc., as well as surveillance equipment, etc. So the van actually has several power cables that snake out. They've actually tapped into the grid further down, and all the controls for that are inside the back of this van. The van does not move. It's just a shell to cover all the stuff up. But that is your command console, the van.
That's what the big hole in the ground is for, tapping into the power grid.
Exactly. You can set up however you'd like in here. Your dealers won't be coming for several hours yet, and then a few hours after that it'll be dark enough for the night market to actually open up for business. Now, it is open air, but there are no tall buildings around you at all. The closest buildings are only single story. They are not open. They're all abandoned facilities. Some of your Nomad buddies use them for just places to camp out now and then. There's several blocks of just no one there.
Could you point out the entry and egresses for this
So
place?
down here at the bottom,
road, so yeah.
the road that goes like south goes down is actually how you get here, and then it kind of just dead ends here because the road is really not passable after this unless you've got some kind of all-terrain vehicle.
And those kind of footpaths are the way in.
Yes, the footpaths are the way in, and everyone can just kind of park along here that are driving in. Or, again, it is in Night City. Folks can also take public transportation fairly close and then walk in as well.
Okay, let's see. So Pinball is there, and he's like, all right, let's sort out the security for the site. Let's do a sweep of the area to make sure nothing is compromised. Elena, you need to look for bombs because, you love bombs and collecting them.
So the Nomad Gang has done a sweep of every bit of property within a 2-block radius around the area to make sure that there's no one in there, no snipers, nothing like that funny going on. There is no power to any of those buildings either. The only power is through that van that's tapped into a power line much further down into the city.
All right.
So you get the report back, and of course you can check yourself as well. Just be sure they're not lying to you. But yeah, you've got a 2-block radius where they've swept everything out. No one's there, no one's hiding, and no building is more than a story tall.
All right. I start positioning a couple people in key observation spots, generally hidden where they have a good view. Put them up in pairs. So if they die together.
Jameis, roll me a D20. That plus 10 are how many people you have been given from the gang as security that you're able to detail as you will.
So 11. Oh, wow, no.
Yeah, 19.
Yeah. There were 30, but one of them called out sick. So 29.
Good assets. So it's like I got a couple guys on, as you said, the public transport that would lead into here. Probably the most astute guys there. Couple of the key, thoroughfares that people would have to drive through to get there. Within the site, I give them find some of the burnt out cars that have the nicest interior for people to sit and watch the skies.
Okay. The Nomads perform a lot of running fire drills in here, so a lot of the cars are actually very useful as bullet shields. Like they've poured some concrete into the door frames and stuff like that because they use them to hone their own skills in urban combat.
Now, the downside that I see here is it is a very visible. We are going to have lights. Everybody is going to know we are here.
Yep.
But what would really help with the ambiance to make people think it is just, I don't know, a rave? We're going to have to quickly call in our friendly band who was so good last time and put up some oil drums. For the fires. We need some fire pits all around. They'll make s'mores. It'll be very lovely.
Yep. You actually don't have so your lights are not like floodlights because you really don't want to illuminate up things a lot. So from a distance, it really doesn't look that obvious.
Oh,
because you've got little pockets of other places around you that will have a few lights here and there as well. If you're right up on it, of course, it's noticeable, but from a distance, it's not so much.
Do you want to get like a big bat symbol in the sky? Is that what you're after?
Yeah.
Well, I just presume that if you have any lights, it'll be visible from a distance.
You're in the middle. Remember, you're in a city. There is light pollution all around you, and you're in a particular block that doesn't have a lot of light, but there's enough light from the rest of the city.
Yeah. Are we still doing the band or no band?
It's an expense because they're going to want to get paid.
Laszlo, can you connect them? Because you're in that industry now. I don't know if you know to get in touch with them or not.
Can I connect? Not really.
You're a rocker.
I mean, as long as they're willing after what happened last time.
I think those, yeah, I mean, it is very last minute if we're trying to get them. If you want to get them, I've got no problem with having them here. It's just I don't know if we can get them or not.
It was Steven's idea. Let's find out. Steven, roll a D100. Just say high or low. Let's see if they're available.
Let's see. Hi.
They're available.
They love danger.
No, not so much. Like their fee went up like 1.5 times from last time.
Well,
Because they got
weren't
to take out some health insurance this time.
That's Tetra's problem. She can deal with it.
did they change their name at all again? Because Goldie is gone.
Yeah, no, they've kept the name.
No,
Brand
no.
recognition.
They were Goldie's rival.
Yeah, Goldie's rival, but that was not their name. It was not
Yeah.
Goldie's rival. I can't remember what their name was, but it wasn't Goldie's rival.
What was it? I forgot the name of it. It was one
Layla or
word. It was the
something like
name
that.
of. It was the name of the lead singer. Oh man, I
Yeah.
can't remember.
It
But it
Layla
was
or
with
Layla or
like
something.
a couple exclamation points.
Jane. That was it. No, it wasn't Jane. Was it?
Oh,
Yeah.
was it?
Was it?
I
No, I think it was. It
might have been Jane.
Yeah, I think it was Jane with exclamation mark.
Could be. Well, it was now.
Yeah, it is now.
Yeah.
If it wasn't Jane, they changed their name. Like I said,
Yeah.
gotta keep things fresh.
Yeah. Instead of a new album name, they just get a new band name. It's just still the name of the album's the same each time. It's just a different band.
Yeah.
Interesting way of doing it.
Talk about marketing. Oh yeah, they're available. They do want a little bit more money this time because they did suffer some medical expenses last time that were not expected.
Okay.
Yeah, we can afford them. Bring them in. It will be cover because concerts happen here anyway. If we do attract unwanted attention, they'll think it's a concert and that they don't have the cover fee.
It's not they've been here before, so they know the deal. So yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Nobody goes to Nomad concerts if they don't want to risk their life, and that's the kind of and that's
go
the
to
kind
Nomad
of
concerts for the races. Why else would you go to a Nomad? Anything. It's for the races.
and to risk your life. I've seen your races.
They're really into speed metal bands.
They like to play from moving vehicles. I know. That's why there's this track around here. They race as they
that is exactly what the bad concrete path is. They do dirt bike racing over here and ATV racing.
It makes that guy with electric guitar with a flame comes out really tricky when he's on a motorcycle. But
Well, they have the one driver and the guy in the back's just jamming on his guitar with the flamethrowers.
I'm going to say Petra is responsible for this next part because she's been the one calling all of your vendors. All right, here's the deal.
Yeah.
You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got 6 major vendors. There's a few minor ones, but these are the big boys. These are the ones that this is what people come for. You've got clothing and fashion wear, cyberware, food and drugs, personal electronics, survival gear, and weapons and armor. Those are the big guys. Now, I want Tetra because you had access to Alavander's database and you were personally talking to each one of these. I want you to make me a check on your roll ability.
remember, you have luck, but you have to spend it beforehand.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
This is completely based on your ability to network and know people and how to schmooze. So it is your roll
It's
ability.
entirely if you just want to go with your great roll because you're great at rolling.
hopefully.
And you spent all your improvement points and everything, and you're up to date.
Okay. Sure. Let me try.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
Oh.
Now here's the skinny. The guy that sells survival gear and the guy that sells the weapon and armor, Bill and Ted, two different people, hate each other, absolutely hate each other, and sworn to kill each other the next time they see each other.
Oh, that's just bad business.
Not excellent at all. No. Okay.
The guy that sells cyberware and the guy that sells clothing and fashion wear, Thomas stole Edward's wife last week, and there's some sore feelings between the two. They're not out to kill each other, but they're not exactly the best of friends right now.
The
Really,
person
Edward did him a favor, took his wife.
The personal electronics guy and the food and drug guy, they're actually really good friends. But you know on the grapevine that Anthony, the personal electronics guy, is embezzling money from Scott, the food and drug guy's account, because they went in together on some products. Scott gave him some access to accounts, and he's been slowly draining funds out. You've heard this over the grapevine. So there's a little bit of tension amongst your major ware sellers. So I give you this information because you now have to decide where you're going to split them up, where you're going to put them to business.
Yeah, this is going to be a very fun seating chart. It's going to be like one of those logic problems.
Mm-hmm.
If any of that get in the way of making money at the night market, they're stupid, and they deserve whatever they don't get.
Yeah, you are hoping for a level of professionality, but we shall see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I give them the pep talk.
I mean, we probably didn't even need to hire the band for entertainment after all that.
You can throw them on the stage with like boxing gloves and just let them go at it, and it'll be entertainment.
Yeah, whatever weapons you can find and all the cards and all that, just use them, and then free for all. That'd be.
Yeah. So that's inside knowledge that you know with that high roll that you got, because you did a little digging against some of these guys too to see what was going on in their backgrounds, if there was any possible friction that could come up, and that's what you unearthed. On top of these guys, there are 6 other small-time sellers that were recent adds to Ollivander's lists. A lot of them sell, what would you call it? Not wares, but services. Yeah. You need a body to disappear? We got people to do that. You need a crime. You need a place clean because you don't want evidence left there of something that happened. You can give us a call. They're basically there just to hand out business cards and talk to people. They don't have actual wares to sell. They have business to do.
You need your business rival that you hate that sells weapons across the night market to die in a very painful way. You call me.
Yep.
You won't be there, though.
I know. That's why they have to call me.
Yeah. One of the interesting guys is Joe, who is starting a company, we call it, a personal assistance. Yeah, he finds a person that will fit your attitude and your schedule the best and just acts as your personal assistant. Order things for you, make sure things get delivered, make sure things get on time, make sure you're woken up and that you get to the meetings that you need to be. He's actually doing really good.
There's also someone there who's in the area of NFTs. They take your money.
We do investments. You give me your money and it's gone.
Yep. Yeah. Quicker and just much simpler. We do it more efficient in the future.
I will also say with your roll of 25, Joe's business is doing really well. Joe's also in the black market, blackmailing business as well. His people collect information. There you go. Those are your salesmen for the evening.
Now, the 2 that are coming in for what's her name again? I can't remember.
Alt,
yeah.
Yeah.
The 2 that are coming in for Alt, do they
yeah.
count as the big one, or are they small? Are they separate aside from one another?
Oh no, they're the big one. They're the biggies.
Which 2 are they?
The cyberware guy and the personal electronics guy.
Okay.
Who do not have anything against each other.
Okay, I'm leaving that to Tetra to sort out.
Yeah.
I can't be bothered keeping track of that.
Yep, they've agreed to bring in stuff that was requested. So,
Pinball, are you still wanting to go trade the other night market or not? You don't have to. I'm just saying we give all of us under any option to change what we've set up before just to reboot. But yeah. So
Well,
I have something for you if you want to do that, Stephen.
Oh, there you go. Off you go then.
Well, you know, Marius, the very reliable netrunner that we have, is already there casing out the joint.
That's who
Except
he
he
does.
got sidetracked along the way when he saw a place selling pistachio ice cream, and he never made it.
I mean, he is so on board with this. We are going to dress up. He's going to help me disguise. We're going to infiltrate, see what their whole dig is, and then I will maybe blow up some things on the way out.
The
And
last
if
you hear of
I
him,
die,
the last
and
you
if-
hear of him is a text message that says, "Ooh, ice cream," and then
Oh.
it goes.
oh no!
Mm.
Well, I guess I'm doing this solo. Good thing I'm a solo. So if I die, remember to tell Marius it was his fault.
And delete your history.
That is already taken care of. If I do not put in the password, my computer will blow up.
The best way to handle it, really. Okay, we'll get back
question.
to you since you will be
If
going
you
to the other
die,
night market.
Can I just
during
get
the night. I'm sorry. Say that
My
again.
red swing line? You are serious? Oh man!
If you die.
If I die, well, you know, I've killed 3 men with that stapler.
As you do.
Only if you mount it on in your car. Will you promise me this? It must be in the vehicle.
Hood ornament
Oh, yeah.
right out front.
Yep. Done.
It is
As
yours.
a matter of fact, we've done anyway, whether or not you die. So.
Sorry, Laszlo. I know you wanted to use that for surgery when your medical stapler was missing, but that was only the one time. It is promised now to Elena.
Oh well, I'll do without it then. It'll be fine. I'll just use these
Laszlo
paper clips instead.
found the ultimate sutures. That he found a box of Hello Kitty Band-Aids. Nothing works better.
That's Laszlo. Did you want anything of mine once I am dead?
Will you still be using your liver?
Technically, no, but I expect it to be exploded along with the rest of me and or perforated with bullets.
Then don't worry. I will make the.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Okay, no guns. I have some guns. Oh, Tetra, you can resell the rocket launchers if that is what you are wanting to do. I give you my blessing.
Oh yeah, you're right. There probably would be a buyer for those. Totally.
I can sign them if you would think that would help the resale value. No? Okay.
No.
All right, so Pinball is going to be gone, at least for part of the evening, as he goes off to check out the other night market. Okay, again, prior to, so we'll say you've got the security handled. You've got 29 of the nomads that are doing, they're going in and out. Some of the Hoffs are staying around just because they, you paid them to help bring gear here, and they're interested in the night market too. So you can probably count upon them. There's a dozen of them to help if needed. So they're going to be around as well. Again, this is open air, but it's in an area that's kind of used to gatherings happening, just impromptu gatherings. The nomads control this area entirely. So that's not really a big deal. And they do have like a 2-block kind of corridor, if you want to call it, that they're checking on people coming in and out of the area. Did you?
No problems.
We're going to assume, like, if you wanted to put any video out, you can, Elena. You could just hide cameras around areas and just have it all feed back into the van there, because it's all cable power. So you just tap it in, and there you go.
You get a network set up. Oh wait, we have to hide someone.
Well, you do have a network set up during black markets, because that's how people do the transactions over kind of a dark web sort of thing. But yeah, the van, of course, can provide enough range for your market.
We'll get. I can never remember the name. The AI.
What do you want the AI to do?
He's going to be monitoring and running the net.
Okay. That's fair.
The cube will just be in the van, controlling it all, just keeping an eye on things in there.
So there's a night market app. What happens is when the night market becomes active, the app connects and it basically gives everybody the grocery list of what can be bought, who sells it, and a map of the area. That it only goes live as soon as you turn on your night market and you make that network live.
Cool.
Okay, so we'll assume then that, and I'm not making this a gotcha thing. We'll assume you've got good security, again, within a 2-block radius, checking people in and out with competent nomads doing this. Right. So my real thing is Tetra. Where do you want to put your major sellers? Like, do you want to try and keep the ones that you actively know have issues with each other apart? Are you wanting to put them closer together to see what happens? Anything you want to do special, or do you want them just to pick their own places? You can do that too.
Let's have them pick their own places, so that way if they don't like where they are, that's their fault.
Okay. Well, immediately the 2 people that swore that they would kill each other the next time they see each other set up booths right across from one another. Immediately. That's what happens.
See, extra entertainment.
Yep. Yeah, so you start getting the network put together as they start uploading basically what they've got for sale, and you guys just ignore. Okay, so yeah, there we go. I got my little night market generator, so I know what's for sale.
We ignore any rolls you do, Bert. It's always the safest way.
All right, so I know what we have for sale. I got lists of stuff. Yeah, so if there's any stuff that you guys are looking for too, you might be able to pick it up. That was what? Wait, hold on. Is that weapons? Yeah. So okay, yeah, I've got my list of stuff. Okay. The band agrees to come in 1.5 times their normal charge, but honestly, that's still pretty cheap. Typically, alcohol's not a thing that you really want to have in night markets because you're trying to keep things low key and you don't want any violence if all possible. So I'm assuming you don't want to have anyone set up that, because you're asked each time. You've got people saying, "Hey, can I sell?" And then usually Ollivander's answer was always no. He had a strict dry policy. Now, if the customer brings something in, that's fine, but you don't sell it here. So it's up to you if you want to change that.
No, I think with all the drama with the vendors and all that, I think we should just keep it dry.
And they start drinking.
Yeah, I mean, if they drink, that's on them too. I'm not going
What you
to
do
help
is
them
you
along.
get the people selling alcohol outside the night market, so that when people leave, that's when they spend the rest of their money on alcohol and stuff.
Actually, if you guys want to look at the list of stuff for sale, you're free to, because that's what just goes live right now.
It didn't come up on our end, Bert.
Oh, okay. Shoot. Well, that kind of sucks.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Yeah. So they start uploading everything to the night market app. So it's all loaded in as to what they have for sale. You're not expecting any customers until sundown, which is about an hour away. It takes people a little bit of time to set up, get your inventories put across. And there's always this period of time before you get any guests coming in that the dealers kind of do a little dealing amongst themselves too. So there's a little swapping, trading, and buying between the dealers as well. Joe, from his new company, Hire Joe, actually comes up to meet you guys. It's like, yeah, hey, thanks for letting me kind of hang around and talk about my new company. I understand that you guys are up and comers in the landlording department. If you ever find yourself in need of an accountant or just somebody to go about and make sure all the deliveries happen and pay utility bills, anything like that, here, shoots across his virtual business card. Hire a Joe. Very reasonable rates, and we can find the exact Joe that you might need for whatever you find you might need. No?
I'm not against it.
We
I'm not against
probably
the
will
idea.
eventually.
Yeah. Okay. Well, hey, well, that's my spiel. Nice talking to you. I'll go and see if I can drum up some business. Thanks again. Tetra, right?
Is everybody called Joe at your place? Or
Yeah,
do
yeah,
they-
yeah. So it's hire a Joe. Of course, they've got other names, of course, but when you hire
Oh
a Joe,
no,
you
that's
hire
what
a
I
Joe.
wondered. Are
Yeah,
they all
yeah,
called
they're all
Joe?
named Joe.
Okay, and they. Okay, interesting.
That's our shtick. Too much?
No, it's just. How do I get the same person again if I?
Well, you
know-
just ask for your Joe. I mean, we'll have records, of course.
Oh, okay, fine. It's all on your side. That's fine then. If we don't need to do anything, I just wondered. Just curious.
In the beta test of this, we did actually only hire guys whose names were Joe, and a couple of Josephines as well. It actually didn't work out very well.
Why not? Not too many people.
Little known fact: most people with the name of Joe are complete assholes. Who
Is
would
your
have
name
known?
Joe?
Well, it's not my real name.
Oh,
My name's
yeah.
Gary.
Oh,
Actually, I just thought I was going with the whole stick. Hire a Joe. I call myself Joe. My
Okay.
name's Gary. But yeah, Joe's assholes. All assholes. Who would have known? I mean, you would have figured like a Kevin's an asshole, sure. But a Joe? No, all assholes. Every one of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Hey,
Well,
but my Joes can be your assholes.
Oh, we already have a
Bit
few.
much. Bit much.
I
Yeah.
have my own asshole. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I'm wondering if we can if it does all go bad here today, if hiring Joes to be at the stalls so that the people don't shoot one another. If you see what I mean, like the two conflicting people.
Yeah, we'll just see. But knowing us, we probably will need to just our luck.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so a little bit of dealing is going on. And of course, since the Hoffs help the two vendors that were bringing the stuff that was specifically asked for by your professor contact that was going to come and talk to Alt.
Mm-hmm.
Is she with you now, by the way, or is she coming later? You didn't really make any arrangements.
Up to her, I think. As in,
Then she's just going to come in as a customer later.
I don't care. I don't know if anyone else said anything.
Does she know
No.
how to get here? Can she
Yeah.
get here?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's
Yeah.
fine.
It's up to her. Yeah.
Okay, so again, about an hour till you do start to get some folks come in early. A lot of folks like to come in real early, your early birds to
yeah.
grab. If there's only like one of a particular thing, they'll come in, grab it real quick.
It's like how we've got that big, here's a huge book sale we've got on that. We've got the always get the book sellers coming in and sort of grabbing anything that looks really good so I can sell off at
Yeah.
the store.
Man, they are after those Hardy Boys.
Yeah. Well, look, only the first editions. The second edition.
Only the first.
Yeah.
Easy now. Yeah. So you do get a few folks coming in. There's no comments about your security folks being overly aggressive or anything. There's no comments about it. They seem to be just fine. There's also no comments about them actually being checked coming in either. But could be a subtle thing, could not be. You didn't really ask for specifics from your crew, so.
No.
Yep. And typically, no weapons at a night market is like, yeah, you wish for that, but that's never going to happen. Yeah. All right, so folks start streaming in. It is getting a little darker, so the lights are starting to flicker on. And again, these are not like huge street lights or anything. They're like little random glows in and out between the cars, between where people are setting up. A lot of people are just using the hoods of cars to set up their merchandise on, that sort of thing. Some enterprising person hooked up a battery and turned on like the floodlights of the car, that sort of thing. So yeah, people start coming in. Well, everybody here, with the exception of Tetra, have been to several of Ollivander's night markets so far. Less people than normal. I mean, going in and talking to your vendors, they're making good money. They're not complaining. So it's fewer people with more money, apparently.
Oh,
We
it's
know that
becoming
other night.
exclusive. Okay.
We do know that other night market's on. So
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, that might be part of it.
And we
Yeah.
were attacked at the last time we had
There
an
is
accident,
that.
so, you know.
We
Yeah.
can't deny there was a certain factor there. Although that would have grabbed some other people here who want to come and see the violence, because people are people.
No, that's true.
But no, there is.
The band is just lounging around, waiting, doing a little bit of calisthenics or warm up. They won't go on stage until after full dark, and you start getting like the bulk of your buyers.
Yeah.
In.
I
This
mean,
is
they've
the
probably
early
also
crowd.
got low-level background tracks on, just to
Yeah, they got some music playing, just
and
best
that
of
stuff. Yeah.
the best of Jane,
It's just one
including the hit single
song.
"FU40." Yeah. So it's actually a fairly low key night. Not a lot of early birds. There's usually more here, but they're spending. They're spending good money. Vendors are pretty happy with what they've made so far. As the day starts to wane out, turning into twilight and night, more people start streaming in. But it is a lot less people. But on the plus side, you're not getting a lot of younger folks. It's more people that are more business oriented, more know exactly what they want. You're not getting a lot of folks that in the past, the kind that you have to look out for, causing problems, getting mad when somebody won't deal or won't give them bargains. Those folks aren't showing up. You're getting like your folks that have got money. They don't care, what the price is. If someone's got it, they buy it. So yeah, I mean, win maybe. Yeah, it feels odd. It feels odd that you're missing a fairly good swath of the folks that normally come in to buy like food products and lower cost products and stuff like that.
I was gonna say, have we got any food vendors
You
or
do.
anything here? We
Yeah.
have.
You do.
Are they complaining that they're not making as much money?
They're not selling the cheaper stuff. They're selling the harder to find stuff, but they're selling out of it.
No.
Okay. So it sounds like everyone's happy.
Boxes of MREs are selling out by the box. Bottled alcohol is sold. It just, you don't break the caps while you're here, right? So they're selling alcohol, which typically goes a lot more expensive. Like things like fresh vegetable and fresh meats that are generally cheap, not selling.
Oh, I mean, we
we
could buy some. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, are we getting a sense that people are stocking up?
That's not a bad insight.
I'll ask Tetra and Laszlo because I don't have the ability to insight people.
Well, that does sound like what it is, because if they don't want anything that's perishable, it's from the sound of it.
Yeah.
No, it's not so much that. It's just like they don't care about the cheap stuff that normally sells. They want the stuff that's hard to find, that you don't see often. Like they're buying chocolate bars, which are hard to find, but they're not buying the fresh chicken on the kebab sort of thing, which, those are just a few EB. You eat while you're here. Nobody's interested. They're spending money on stuff that's just difficult to find, or things to stock up on, like MREs. It is definitely a different crowd than Ollivander normally pulls.
But we sent out the invitation to everybody who's on the list.
Yep, you did.
Yeah.
So.
And these people are all on the list. You know most of these people, but they're definitely the higher end of your list, the people that spend more money, whereas very few in the medium list and almost none in your like, sure, come on, spend the few credits you got sort of thing. They're not here.
It's not.
You
It's
may
not a
want to
location,
follow
is it?
up.
No.
You may want to follow up after this to find out if there's something going on, or it could just be the alternative night. In some ways, I hope it is, because that's an easy explanation. But if there's something else going on,
I mean, if you have any concerns, you can always call up your buddy Pinball, who is not there and doesn't know this.
Pinball, you are in the subway system where you're supposed to catch a certain train, and the night market is supposed to be set up in a set of tunnels. Let's go ahead and take it up with you now. There are several people on the train with you, so you're thinking, these must be the folks getting off the night market. But when your stop comes, you're the only one that gets off.
Insight check failed. This is fine.
Okay. So you head down to the subway system that you're supposed to go to, and this is
Ye-
fairly large. Like it's a platform. You're not like it's not like you're not being narrowed into like a tunnel. Or let me just
It's
get that out of the way. It's a
unused.
platform. It's a station, not just a tunnel, right?
One of
And
the
so
ones that
you
is not used. Got it.
Yeah. So you start hearing conversation, you start hearing, music and stuff like that. So why don't you go ahead and give me, and I keep forgetting what it's called with this, but your perception roll. And if you've got sixth sense or danger sense, you can add that to your roll.
Yep.
Perception.
And
That's
perception.
perception.
Perception. Yep. And I know you can flip some how your main talent works.
Yes, my main talent, which is 5. Basically, it's this roll plus 5.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Ooh. So, a 9. Like I
Okay.
said, this is fine. I've
Yeah.
never failed one of these rolls before.
You start
Interesting.
passing from folks that are coming back out of the tunnel, and they've got some goods in their hands because of a few couples that are talking. And as you go down, you do see some folks that are like side, like small shops that are kind of set up like where they've taken over like the old ticket booth, for instance. And the guy is selling like ammo, literally ammo out of the booth. There's a person next to him who's got like this little charcoal brazier going, and they're cooking up some chicken and stuff like that. And there's some people around that are buying and perusing. Not all that many though.
Uh, as I'm clearly trying to play it casual by not eyeballing everybody, trying to keep my head like forward, like I'm not Pinball, the ever-present awareness monster, but some normal, unobservant schlub. That's clearly what's going on. Marius was supposed to be here to help coach me through the acting.
Okay.
And clearly I am wearing an eye patch, as that is my disguise.
Okay.
But I buy a kebab. Do I know the kebab seller? Because
No, not at all. Clean cut
Hmm.
guy, he's got like some live chickens in a cage. The food smells good. He's got some kind of barbecue, honey sauce in a squirt bottle that he puts over the chunks of chicken that are on the skewers.
now I notice he has a clean cut. You say so,
Mhm.
like a particular haircut. I take notice of the other individuals that are sellers and retailers.
Yeah.
Do they have similar haircuts?
So since you failed your rolls, you're like in the heart of like this night market. Before you start looking at that, everyone seems to be sporting a buzz cut. The sellers, the buyers, and then as you realize this, you realize that half the conversation and the music just went away, as if it were playing on pre-recorded material to make it seem busier and more people here than there actually were. And yeah, so you kind of clue in on this. You realize, oh crap. About that time, basically everybody just stops what they're doing. They all turn around to look at you. There's about 40 folks here in total. And they all just kind of as one, they just stop what they're doing and they turn around to look at you.
Completely unconcerned. I finish off my kebab and like pick my teeth with the skewer. And I'm like, sold. Where's your best wares? I am buying.
Oh, this is it right here. Yeah, barbecued chicken.
That is it.
Hmm?
All this trouble for barbecue chicken?
No, most of the trouble is just getting you out here. I mean, we expected to get more of your crew, but you'll do.
Oh, don't worry. I am more than a handful.
Well, you don't need to be. I just wanted to ask you some questions. Maybe make a deal.
Have some questions. Where are the other? It's like there's no other.
Oh no, not with me. I'm low rank. Hey, go ahead, get the colonel.
And I was going to just make the suspicion clear that I've had for a while. It's like, what's the military just called? The United States military is. It's just
It-
the straight up army.
It's just the military.
It's not like NorCal army or anything.
No, not really. Not really.
Uh,
It's just the government, the military. Most people just call it the government.
So what does
Uh,
America want with me?
Yeah, so a really tall yet short at the same time. One of these people that are all torso and no leg. Where their torso is like more than double the length of their legs. He was kind of set up selling sunglasses kind of in the corner. He kind of stands up. He takes off the smock he was wearing. And there's he's wearing military fatigues under it. And
Is he by far the oldest person here?
No, they're all
Huh.
fairly young. He's a little older. Okay, so by far the oldest, sure, but that still only puts him in like early 30s.
Early 30s for a colonel? Jeez.
Well, remember the attrition they had. Yeah, so he pulls out a cigar, a real cigar, plucks the end, cuts off the end with the other end with the cigar cutters, comes over to you and offers it to you. He's got a smile on his face, no obvious sidearm.
Joke's on him. I shoot him. That would be a fantastic thing to do, but I inspect the cigar.
Yeah.
I strum it.
Yeah, he pulls out another one exactly like it. Goes through the whole process of plucking and cutting. Lights up his own. Takes a puff off of it and offers you that one.
Well, my inspection of the cigar is for the quality of the cigars.
Oh no,
Clearly.
it's a very good cigar. Very good cigar.
Do they still grow tobacco in Cuba?
Only the
I-
radioactive kind.
Oh, extra spicy. Fantastic. Light it up.
Yeah. I enjoy the fact that you're very secure in yourself. I guess you're the one they call pinball.
Well, I bounce around, yes.
I like that. That's good. Hey, there's no enemies here. We just want to talk. Maybe offer you and your friends a proposition. You've been, maybe not intentionally, getting your nose in our business here and there. We don't hold grudges. But we'd like to tell you how it is and how you might fit into things. I mean, you're, what I understand, for hire.
I am, as you know, a mercenary of the street. So, I do
Free
jobs.
Free agent. No, I can
Free
respect
agent.
that. As long as
I'm
you're the kind of
sorry
free
so
agent.
much if this free agency has put me at odds against you. But, I is bitter. So long as
Yeah.
the job is done.
And that's why we're having a professional conversation here. There's no need to destroy a good asset, and you could be a good asset.
Oh, good eye. I'm like, you're not including the other guy known as Marius in that statement, are you? I got to warn you, he is not very good.
You see, is he the electronics whiz, or is that the one that's a dentist?
The dentist, he's terrible. He's a terrible dentist.
Okay. Don't mind.
Couldn't even fight a child.
We don't have much of a portfolio on him, but part of your crew, understandable. Look, let's just lay things on the table here. Your night market, we need that to end. We are prepared to pay for the right to your night market list. We'll even cut you in on a percentage of our night market for you to stop. And it's not money. It's not money. We're trying to. Now, I know this is not something you like to hear from your government, but we're trying to make a better place out of Night City. And it's hard to make a better place in Night City when we can't control what kind of ordnance, food, materials flow into this place and what people have access to. See, if we can control access, we can make sure that everything stays nice and pleasant here. And that's what we want. We want a nice and pleasant Night City. And folks like you,
Very
folks
funny.
like you, make a very good profit off of illegal materials, not all illegal. I know you perform some function to the neighborhood, and that's commendable. And rest assured, we'll make sure that food, necessities of life are still at very reasonable levels for everyone that needs it. We're not going to try and push those people out. Not at all. Not in the least. But we are trying to limit what kind of firepower comes in and out of Night City, what kind of drugs come in and out of Night City, and what kind of information is shared in Night City. And while a night market is only a small part of that, it is part of that. And you're the only other competitor in Night City currently. So, Pinball, I put it to you, will you work with us for a healthy cut? Hand over your list of sellers and buyers. Hand over your night market app and codes. All of Vander's, I believe you inherited. We'll cut you in for a good profit. We'll give you a nice, we'll call it a parting bonus for ending your business.
Hmm. Well, let's see. That doohickey with the helicopter. What's that all about? Is that about the control too?
It is. We got a tip that there were rockets, manned portable missile units that were being sold, and that's just the kind of hardware that we can't have on these streets. I'm sorry we were misinformed, because my sources tell me no such things were found in your night market.
Well, I mean, you find just the best stuff. How many of our clients have you subordinated? Suborned. What is the word? English is not my first language.
So far, none. We sent out a stealth message to some of your list. It's the low tiers. We weren't able to crack any encryption on your better buyers. We threw them a little party tonight. Free food, free music, free booze, just to pull them away from your market.
Well, that's what is it? I did not do my major learning in foreign affairs, that being what America is after all. But aren't you about the free markets?
Oh, no. Free markets create chaos.
Oh, chaos.
No, we want to control the markets 100%. We want to be able to release what needs to be released, when it needs to be released, and to who it needs to be released to.
How is that any different from the corporate overlords we have now?
Because they do it for money. And that is not our primary consideration. It's safety, control, the removal of the chaotic elements in the city. You saw what happened. Everyone saw what happened. Most of the city is still rubble because of what happened. That was a chaotic endeavor. We want to stop that from ever happening again.
Oh, really? Ever happening again?
In the broader scope of things, you can't control everything. I certainly can't control a tornado from striking Night City. I certainly can't control nuclear waste washing up on our shores and infecting the community. But I can control what's sold and bought here.
So let's talk about commissions. What would my entry rank be? Is it captain? Would I also be a colonel? You are a very young man.
Oh, well, if you'd like to join the military, certainly you can go through the process. But what I was...
Well, that's what commissions are. They just hire you. They give you a rank. Is this not how it is done anymore?
So is Pinball actually being intentionally obtuse to try and draw him out, or is this actually Pinball being dumb? I have to
ask. This is one of those. I'm just joking. Unless.
Okay, what kind of social skills do you have?
Not terribly great. He's actually kind of a cold killer. Let's see. Are you looking for conversation, human perception, personal grooming?
I think
persuasion?
Conversation fits the best right now because you're not really trying to persuade him of anything.
Nope.
Yeah, so conversation works the best.
All right. Let's see how. Hey, not bad. Conversation, yeah. It's a required skill even.
Yeah, it's not horrible. It's like
It's just my imp is really low, so
maybe out of your crew, you're not the best one for us to talk about. But I tell you what, you can be the bearer of the olive branch.
bearer of the olive branch.
It's really simple. You guys figure out how much Ollivanders makes you over the course of, let's say, what Ollivanders would make you over the course of the next 3 years. Okay? You give us some solid numbers. We'll pay you that to stop. We'll give you 6% of our own operation afterwards. Just to stop. And for you to hand over Ollivanders' client list and seller lists. The app, the whole app that he set up.
Well, what
3 years. 3 years of profit, son. You tell us what that number is.
I was kind of hoping for Captain Pinball. Sounds really good.
He chuckles a little bit. Okay, conversation is not great, but he can tell that you're kind of kidding. If maybe he's like, look, maybe we can give you an honorary position if that's really what you're looking for. But you seem to be a useful sort of person to have around, Pinball. Why don't you just join? Muster up.
Well, wanting me to work on the inside or the outside? I'm in the inside, then I need. I'm thinking. I don't want to deal with any of the lieutenant. I'm not somebody lieutenancy of a building, though I am in charge of a building. Do into that true much. So
Steven, stop, Steven. You're breaking up like every other word. It's getting really hard to hear you.
Sorry, English is not my first language.
That came across just fine. Chain of command, son. You have to go through chain of command. You got to start low before you can wear any kind of tap some of the bars he's wearing.
Oh, what did you start at?
You got to prove that you can follow orders before you can give them.
What rank did you start at, Colonel?
Me? I was an enlisted man. I started as a grunt infantryman.
Did you
work my way up?
Did your working your way up involve everybody above you dying?
In some cases, yes.
That makes sense. Give
Not gonna lie about it. You know that there was a great deal of death here.
So, what is your name anyway, Colonel?
Matthews.
Colonel Matthews. I mean, I do have to look you up through the org chart and give you a phone call later, don't I?
Here's my personal number. He shoots over his digital information to your agent. Look, talk it over with your crew. Like I said, we needed to lure at least one of you over here just to deliver this message. No harm intended. And after that last fiasco that went down, we got bad information. I'm more than willing to admit we didn't find what we expected to find. Someone may have set you up. That's a possibility too. You made any enemies recently, Pinball?
I'm in the business of making enemies. That's what I'm hired to do. Okay. I mean, if someone paid me enough, I'd be your enemy right now. Quick question, as I'm about to leave, is there anybody here you don't particularly like? I do have a reputation. If I could kill a couple of guys on the way out, that would be helpful.
I don't think he knows if you're serious or not. I am responsible for everyone under my command, Pinball. I can hardly let you just murder someone. If you feel the need to draw down on someone, they are free to defend themselves. And that's all I'm going to say on the matter. It would probably be best that you don't.
See, this is what I wanted to hear. I don't want anybody that just tosses assets away, you know.
Your crew is oddly competent.
Most of us, yes. Don't count Marius in that statement.
I would admit at first we thought the easiest route would just be to wipe you out and to take the data that we need. But I have
That
had
just
a
gets your
change of
guys
mind.
killed. I know.
It did.
It's terrible.
It did. As I said, oddly competent. So please take this information to your crew. Figure out 3 years of earnings from Ollivander's data. Let us know that number. 6%
Well,
of our own cut. Just to stop.
now, well, counter proposal real quick, just to entertain an idea. I mean, you're not looking to eliminate competition so much as control. Yes, you have status as such. So why change the face of an operation when you really just want to be in control of said operation?
As I said, you're competent, but we don't know that we can trust you.
Well, I mean, you could get a liaison or something, yes? Some, I don't know, lowly lieutenant who has to do this kind of bitch work. But
I tell you what, Pinball, take it back to your crew. Talk it over. And if you would rather take a salary instead of selling out, we can talk about that.
yeah, I mean, it just eases transition if the new guy looks like the old guy.
I found when dealing with the merchant class that as long as the money flows, they rarely care.
That is true, but you're not just dealing with the merchants, you're also dealing with their clientele, and trust takes time to build.
He thinks about that for a minute. He's like, it's not a bad angle. Tell you what, talk it over with your crew. Get back to me. If you refuse my offer, there's nothing attached to that, no threat. But come back with an alternate that we can all be happy with.
Well, all right, I will go bring it to my guys. You have given us the best sellout offer we have gotten so far. So, I will be opening it up to negotiations to see what the other guys' counter offers will be. I mean, maybe I will get a vice presidency in Arasaka or something. You never know. But, in good faith, I will tell you about such counter offers. So you can renegotiate to your liking.
Thank you.
Really, you want to talk to the someone else whose name I will not reveal because that would be unprofessional. So I'll
Have
be
a good
seeing
night,
you.
Pinball.
I grab another skewer on the way out.
Yep. There you go. It's tasty. Fresh chicken. Lemon lime barbecue sauce. The best.
While I'm riding the subway, I try to find the party that people got sidetracked to.
You have any research skills?
I get a plus for using my agent, I believe.
Okay, let's have it.
Let's see. Would this be library search?
Yep, you're basically looking through the public net that you're able to attach to.
Any bonuses for knowing someone that might be at that party from our list? He said our low. So
Yeah.
how much of a bonus?
+2, and then whatever you get for using your agent as well.
Okay, I'll +2 to this. 19.
That's good. No, you find it easily enough. Yeah, it's not far from here. It's actually a few stops down. Actually, if you'd stayed on the train with all the other people that were on there in the first place that looked like the right people, you would have found it.
Let's see. So
let's cut for a minute, Steven. So
Yep.
Yeah, you find it and you head up a couple of stops. This whole conversation didn't take maybe half an hour at most. You getting there, you figuring out that it was set up, and then getting back on the train. Meanwhile,
What a waste of a military operation just for all that, just to have a chat.
I don't know. It was to chat with us, so I feel pretty good about myself right now.
Well,
We weren't there. But yeah.
he was putting his neck on the line. He didn't want to die. He knows my reputation. I'll just kill him.
okay.
We can
Meanwhile,
discuss that later.
back at your night market, Alt has shown up.
Nothing of any problems is happening.
As has the other professor that has some information into her what happened. He is quite happy that he's got everything that he asked for, and your merchants are very happy as he comes loaded with the credits to buy said stuff. So him and Alt are having a chat kind of over here on this like flat rock. They're just kind of sitting, talking.
Oh,
Closest to them are the food vendor is kind of like over here. And that's the closest booth to them, and they just grab some food, went over there to talk. Okay, where are
and
you
it
guys?
yeah, this is tarmac. It's not a stream.
It is tarmac. Yeah, it's a very bumpy. It's made for again like dirt bikes and ATVs to race on.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take this NPC. This is Alt, the one that says Ollivander still is the professor. They're sitting here. Where are you guys in relation? Not that it matters.
Of course, it doesn't. I am vaguely looking at building a cyber enhancement suit for Sebastian. So where are the cyber parts person?
Okay. Well, while you're there, he has for sale some cyber eyes, several cyber options for eyes, bunch of internal and external cyberware, basically 1,000 EB or less in value. Actually, he's pretty tricked out today. He's got some fashion wear as well. There's some good stuff here, but none of it is exotic.
None of it's size for a rat.
Yeah, well, that too. None of it's sized for a rat. You can give
Yeah.
Sebastian a human-sized eyeball. That would look kind of cool.
Actually, I might
Make him very Disney.
I might look actually at the fashion wear stuff because there might be something that can work better as an outfit that can. I just think in terms of when you're doing intensive driving and that you want a more form-fitting suit to help with the pressure and stuff. So give me an outfit that can change from that into a normal sort of outfit to wear. And
Sure.
something I can sort of hook into with that. So,
I'll let you look through the book later, but yeah, he'll have that.
Yeah.
That's not exotic. So yeah,
No.
he's got a fair amount of stuff. Wow, actually, he rolled really well for what he's got. Just nothing that is in the exotics list.
But yeah, also stuff that I might just sort of be able to take advantage of to rescale
Okay.
for Sebastian maybe.
So if you're
I don't know wherever that is in the map is the main point.
So move your character
I don't know
right
where.
here. He wanted to be very close to the power hookup.
Cool.
He's got the most demand for power of anyone else, so he's right there. Okay. Richard, your character is kind of playing EMT for this meeting as well. No one's had any problems this time. Again, it's very low key. Those mostly the people that cause problems aren't here this cycle, so it's been pretty slow for you. So where would you hang out? Now the van, you would have hooked up like audio video, so you could just be watching monitors if you want. That's fine too.
No, not really. That's not where I would like to be. I guess.
Hang out with the band. Try and pick up some
I
tips.
guess with the food vendors, if there are any here.
That's
I'll
very
have to
close
check.
to Alt.
We've got guaranteed non-human meat. Yeah, so
He's actually got the sign "Guaranteed Human Meetup" this time.
oh, okay, interesting, different twist. Oh, maybe it tastes better. I don't know. I'm not gonna have any because if I do get a taste for it, there might be problems at work. So I do not think I will take any guaranteed human meat.
So the food vendor's
be over
pretty
there.
close to Alt. Yeah, so over here, next to where they're having the conversation.
Okay, yeah, that's okay.
Let's move your character over there. And Tetra, what will you be doing during this night market?
I just thought I'd be kind of like circulating and making sure everything was okay.
All right, so just pick a spot for right now and just plop your character down where you think they would be at this point.
Okay, let me close out of this. Okay, so where are the two vendors that are across from each other that hate each other? I just kind of want to look at that.
Good one. Yeah, so they are in this one and this one, like directly across from each other.
So I'll just kind of...
Yeah, okay, sounds good. Okay, so Richard would be the closest one for this. Richard, go ahead and make me a perception check, please.
No,
this would be
perception.
No, this is just general perception. This would be sight-based. So if you had anything that helped anything with sight, that would apply. Nothing else would apply. No hearing, no smell.
I got Cyber Eye. I cannot recall what that does. I think I can just see further away. Yes, is it 800 meters / yards away? No, I don't think so. All right, okay, here is my roll for perception. Yeah.
Okay. You do not notice a thing.
Brothers together.
Look.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, so Jameis, you're over there with the cyber people. Okay, so you're fine. I tell you what, Tetra, why don't you also give me a perception check?
Okay. Oh, that's a skill, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's under awareness, probably.
Yeah, and awareness.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice.
Ooh.
a positive roll. Well done.
Okay. Now this is the first time that Tetra has actually been, on this side of one of Ollivander's night markets. Usually you are here at Ollivander's markets, like just kind of making contacts. You're not, the few times you've gone to Ollivander's markets, it was not as a buyer or seller, but you've been to enough of them to recognize most of the folks. That's why you feel very comfortable with tonight, because everyone that's here, are not the troublemakers. These are the people that have money. They come, they get what they want, they leave. They don't hang around. Very quick, in and out. Money is being made. There are 3 people in the crowd you've never seen before. That in itself doesn't mean anything, because it was, the invitations went out, and you're going to get new people each time, because people will leak the word, because that's how you grow your clientele too. They're dressed well. And they're going through, it just passingly odd. Like, hey, don't know these people, but it doesn't really, throw off any alarms. There's nothing about them that really throws off an alarm, but it's enough for you to kind of keep track of them as you're doing your rounds. You notice that they're going kind of like from booth to booth. They're not buying anything though. I mean, they're looking at the menu choices. They're checking their agents to see what people are selling, but they're not buying anything. It almost feels like to you, actually, you know what? There is a skill for this. Human perception. Why don't you
Human
roll
perception.
that? Mm-hmm.
That's under a different thing, though. That's under.
Yeah, it's got to be.
That's social.
I saw it.
Social, yeah. I mean, that's logical. Yeah, here it is.
Oh,
there we go.
They're lookouts. As they're going through, they're staying in such a way to one another that they're covering every possible avenue in and out. They are watching the crowd. Because of what they're wearing, it's difficult to find out if they're armed or what they're armed with. And you also feel like they move really well. They move like trained people, trained combatants. They're not showing any signs of harassing anyone. They're very polite to people, smiles here and there, and they're talking to the vendors. But it's very obvious to you that they're moving as a team, and they're also being very aware of everything around them.
Yeah.
Okay. So I should probably kind of notify everybody else and see if they see it as well, because I don't want to confront them.
Okay. Yeah, you all have, contact with each other. As you make contact with everyone here, Laszlo, you see Alt, has got her arm around the professor, and she's like motioning to you.
Oh. Well, if she is, then I guess I will go over there.
Okay. Professor's dead. He's got a very large entrance wound in his forehead and a very small exit wound in his forehead and a very small entrance wound in the back of his head. There was no shot anyone heard.
Look at Alt. I say,
no, Alt's like doing her best to make it look like everything's
right.
natural, so she's not freaking anyone out. She's very in control of the situation, but she saw you and gosh, to come over, has you sit on the other side of the professor.
And I say to her, Nancy?
I didn't hear anything. We were talking.
No.
and just the front of his head just blew out. I think she kind of looks around and she looks over, kind of over where the dirt bike racing area is. I saw something hit over there. Maybe it was the bullet. It's a through and through. It went right through his head. I didn't hear a thing.
Okay.
And about that time, Tetra makes contact. What do you say to everyone, Tetra?
So let's just keep an eye. I kind of discreetly point those people out and just tell them we need to kind of keep an eye on them because I suspect they're lookouts and kind of spying.
After you say that, all three of them kind of like straighten up at the same time. They're talking to vendors, and then they kind of wave, say goodbye. And all three of them at the same time just start walking away, like walking away from the black market.
Are they in our tick?
Well, I was just going to say,
Do
we know
over to the
just
van
this?
and get us. I'm going to go to the monitoring station on the van to keep a look at what's happening and stuff.
Yep. You catch. Okay, so Tetra kind of described them probably. You see the three guys. They're not acting like they're together. They're not like in pace with each other. Like one goes, and a little bit later the other one goes, and they're not going. They're all going the same direction because there's only one in and out to this. But they're not going together.
Right.
One will wait until a few other people start going, then kind of joins that crowd. The other one joins another crowd. So you see this on the monitor. They're not causing any problems, but they are leaving.
Well, I am going to tell everyone. Well, those people you pointed out, they might have killed the professor here, who is now dead. Possibly, I don't know. We're going to be left with a dead body at the end of this. Hopefully, he bought all those things beforehand.
You're currently weakened at burning him as Ald is picking up his arm to wave at some people that are going by. Yeah.
Yes, there we go. Oh.
We probably shouldn't let them leave then.
Well, if they're going out that exit, that does not matter. They will walk into the mines. We'll just turn them on. I'm specifically saying that because I want to see if they react in any way, shape, or form to see if they can hear what
you're watching the monitors. They don't.
I'm not on the monitor. I'm just
but Jameis is, and you're in contact with each other.
I'd be going, what mines? What? Giving the game away entirely.
Oh, worth a try. I guess they can't. Well, stop them, shoot them, something them.
Yes. Let's see if we can shoot them.
I'll just ask some of my family to keep an eye on them, and so I'll contact some of them to say, "Oh, we got these guys here. They're acting suspicious. Can you just keep an eye on them? Just let them know if they do anything weird. Otherwise, don't stop them for now, unless you've got good reason.
We'll keep an eye on them. So let them go if they go. Just keep track of how they go, where they go.
Yeah, just keep an eye on them for the moment. Don't stop them right now. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So they do get out of the range of your cameras, but you are in contact with your nomad family. They're just kind of like they're heading there. They're heading down to the parking garage. So they're keeping in contact with you. So far, they're still in everyone's sight. They're not running. They're not acting suspicious. They're waving at some folks, making idle conversation here and there, but they're definitely heading towards the parking garage that's back that way where most of your clients parked.
Don't have crew cats do that?
They do. No, they do.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Not that I would have any reason to notice that. But okay.
All right. So we'll tell you. We need to. He's going to start bleeding all over the place. We need to get him out of the view of everyone before we start a panic.
Did he pay for the stuff before he died?
He did. Yeah, he's already bought and paid for everything.
Okay, so the vendors are really pissed. Okay, that's fine. Yes, that's what I was thinking of.
No, they're going to be very happy because they got payment and they're still holding onto the merchandise
Yeah.
because he was going
Yeah,
to move it all
exactly.
after.
No, because the idea was they bring the stuff because they were going to sell it. So if they don't
Yeah.
sell it, then they're going to be pissed. But they sell it and kept it.
Yep.
Okay. Do we care if they know that we know he's dead, or if anybody knows that he's dead?
Well, we don't want to cause a panic in your night market, do we?
Right? Do we care? Anybody on the call here with me?
In general,
We're kind of
dead
used to
people-
that.
Yeah, but getting shot like well, I assume you
Yeah,
described it as shot. But yeah, getting shot like that's probably not a good sign. People becoming dead because of loud shootouts, we used to. People dead because of silent assassination snipes, less well known.
So we don't care if they know he's dead. We just don't want them to know of the method of the death.
Yeah,
Is that
well,
right?
at least
Okay.
it doesn't mean to say, "Oh, look, we've got a dead body here" or anything. But
Well, and I can get him out of here without anybody seeing what he is dead of. But they will know he is dead.
I mean, your clients here know that Laszlo's your EMT. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
perfectly reasonable that he'd be caring for somebody.
they know we
Yeah,
associate
oh,
with pinball, so
no.
dead bodies just turn up.
Oh no!
His
a heart attack.
cholesterol finally caught up to him.
Exactly, heart attack. Something is going on. No, and then
That's
I'll
because
pull
he
out
had
my.
genuine non-human meat. You're supposed to eat the genuine human meat. That's what done it to you.
Oh no! Yeah, and then I pull out my cryo
Oh, yeah.
bag. It's like a briefcase that I carry
Yeah.
with me that has got cryo
Okay.
pump in it.
I mean, it does
Then I
cause
can
people
put
to
him in there
start
and
and kind of see what's going on, but because there wasn't any big to do and nobody heard gunshots, like they're concerned, but they're not concerned for their own safety. They're like, "Oh, good to see Laszlo's on top of things." Somebody actually says, "Hey, Laszlo, you going to be able to score a body part at you tonight?"
Not from the customers here at the night market. I do not do that. That is not. That is off limits.
Oh, good to know that if I die in your night market, I won't be harvested for money.
No, maybe we'll write that into the next contract when you have to come in. I'll ask. We'll find out. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So it does cause a little bit of a scene, but not concern.
And that's what I was trying to stop.
No, that works. That works very well. Yeah,
Yeah.
there we go. Your nomads
Well,
get back to you and they say, yeah, they're 3 different cars. Yeah, pretty average looking beaters. Nothing special about them. Should we let them go or should we follow them?
I'll just have a quick confab with my other 2. Have you heard anything? Any reason we should care? No? Okay, yeah, no, let them go. I still want to say something. I was just
to say, do we have photos or video or something of them that we could use to do a search if we really needed to or something?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
we do.
We can identify them.
Actually,
yeah.
we do. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And I hate to let them go, but I don't know how to stop them.
It's not really what we do. Actually, while I am we're now just concerned, I'm just going to, because I have an inbuilt radio, I'm just going to send a ping to Pinball just to say, hey, everything going all right?
So Pinball, let's flat back to you. 2 stops down. There is indeed a raging party going on the platform. There's a couple of bands dueling it out on 2 different stages. Alcohol is flowing. There's food. There is some trading going back and forth. Low level stuff for the most part. Everybody seems to be having a really good time.
So I started blasting. Teach them to not come to our night market. It's like I ping back. It's like, oh, the army has probably infiltrated the night market. You should keep an eye out for that. They probably got spiders for extreme long range snipers, and also they threw a party to distract our lower level clientele. They're all right here. It's kind of a rager. I'm having a very good time. Sorry, Marius missed it.
Marius is actually passed out drunk.
Oh, wait. No, there he is. He's been here the entire time. Oh, and
Ooh.
there he goes. He's body surfing, unconscious, and he's thrown up.
Is Jane in the middle of doing their thing right this moment?
Jane's playing. Yeah.
I just
I mean, I could put out the word if you want them to come, but you know,
no. I was just thinking. I'll just sort of say back. Yeah, tell them Jane will fight the winner.
Oh, you want me to put that out? You want me? Well, put Jane on, and I can make
Let's
a
see
throw down the glove.
They're performing at the moment. Hey Jane, give us a shout. Oh, who are the two bands fighting at the moment?
Not Jane and other not Jane.
Hey,
Yeah,
Jane,
they're very heavy music. Definitely
Hey,
for a
Jane,
younger
throw out
crowd.
some what do you call it? Slam against these guys.
So,
I can't remember what the term is.
oh, what is it you said happened at the night market?
Not much. Just checking in on you.
Oh, yeah, yes, I was contacted by the army. How do you feel about selling out? I feel pretty good about it myself.
Not really.
Not really? What do you mean, not really?
We can talk about it later.
Oh, man. Always later with you.
If you do find your way back here somehow, then we potentially had someone die or something because of something that happened. I'm not really up on the details, so if you ever find your way back here, that might be useful. But
I will be on my way.
We aren't in an active shootout at the moment.
All right, I'm on my way. What do you mean active shooter? Not active shooter. What is this you were talking about?
I'm saying we don't have one.
Oh, that is wonderful. What do you mean you had one?
Possibly. I'm not sure.
They're calling you, so they're requesting an active shooter.
I'm just saying, knowing how our night markets go, odds are we'll probably have if we haven't had one already, we'll probably have one later on. You know what it's like here.
Oh boy, I better get on my way. I'm sure Marius will be fine. Yep, they're waving his arms around like he's still alive and okay. I'm sure he's okay. So yes, I double time it back to the night market by public transportation expediency.
Okay. Yeah, it'd take you a good 45 minutes to get there.
About
All
what
right.
I expect, yeah.
So Richard, you were able to get the body kind of tucked away, and again, there's some talk going around, but nobody feels threatened. Do you want to examine?
Okay.
I mean, well, you don't really have to. It's pretty clear. There was a high velocity bullet entrance exit wounds, pretty clear. There might be the bullet might still be out there somewhere because it was clean. It went
I was
completely
wondering
through.
about that. That is something I would like to have done once we,
Okay.
lock the body away so nobody could see it. So.
Yeah. So I tell you what, let's do this as. I'm not even gonna have you roll. You're able to find it. I mean, you take time, you find it. Yeah.
And nobody else has picked it up and run off with it. Oh, cool. A bullet.
Mhm.
No. All right.
How much skill do you have in firearms?
You're good. I know you're really good.
Range weapon.
Don't you actually have rifle?
I have short arms, which is rifle. Yeah.
Short arms, yeah. Small, yeah.
Not handgun. Yeah. So that is. I've got 3 points in it. Making it to 8 in total. So I don't know.
The slug is unusual in that it feels very heavy in your hand. Like you've not come across a bullet like this before.
I checked my can for radiation.
It is.
Oh.
No, yeah, it is radioactive slightly.
Ah.
Nice catch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get your depleted uranium. Get your depleted uranium here.
Yes, I look around for a lead. Well, I don't know.
It's above background count, but not so much that you have to worry about.
All right. Okay. Well, I mean, that doesn't help us track them. Well, okay. We got Watch out, everybody in radiation. They will tell on the comms to people and not generally shouting it out.
Now you start to panic.
Yep. It looks like a radioactive round. Is it uranium or something? I don't know.
While this is going on, Tetra, things are starting to wrap up. You've got an hour or so left, but things, they just kind of naturally peter out when they do. They go all night, but there's a certain point where there's just not anyone buying anymore. Your sellers are all quite happy. They've all made good profits tonight and very low key. They were a little concerned at the lack of foot traffic, but everyone that was there was buying. So everyone's pretty happy.
I guess as long as money was made.
Mm-hmm. So successful night market.
Yeah.
So let's just get this together. So Pinball, you do arrive. And it's there's still customers walking around. It's low key, but everyone seems pretty happy when you're going in. Doesn't look like there's any emergencies going on. Everything looks good.
Prediction about extreme long range sniping is accurate. It seems.
Well, when you get together with them, I want you to make that roll for your fire, because firearms also is your knowledge of firearms as well.
Okay.
So
basically, do you want me to combine my intelligence with my?
Yeah. Yes, please.
Well, my intelligence and my reflexes are actually the same, so I'll just do a straight roll.
That's luck if you want it. It was spin to you. You don't have to. I'm just reminding you it exists.
Probably not. It would shoulder arms would probably be the closest, because that involves sniper rifles as well.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a 6.
You have never seen the spent munition like this before. It's awfully heavy. Yeah, you have no idea.
Video games don't really recreate the weight properly, you see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's oddly heavy. You've never seen it like before. I'm not sure.
Wow. That is a 6. I am great tonight.
Fantastic rolling.
It's impressive. I had to get the highest number after the lowest number to get rolls like this.
Yeah. But you're managing it. Really well.
And you know what? 6 is still not a terrible number in this system. There are worse numbers. That's like basically just an untrained roll.
That's just it. It would be an untrained roll where this is specific information. So yeah.
But it's like I'm still confident on the sniper. So where was he when he died? I mean, this bullet was probably overkill. It's really heavy. It's completely deformed at this point, right?
Yeah.
Where was he? Recreate the scene a little bit. And his forehead exploded. They were that away. I checked the sight line.
Yeah, I'll give you this one. That's the only way that shot could have been made is an elevated position, and the closest elevated position is over a mile away.
Extreme long range sniping.
Mm-hmm.
Or a drone.
Well outside of the 2 blocks. Could have been a drone. Yeah.
Could have. Drone.
Except that if it was a drone, the controller would have to been fairly close. And I'm going to expect that Rackham put up some devices to find out if there were other networks in the area. Not to say that there couldn't have been one, but
I mean, it did not need to be a mile away. They could have been like half a mile away with a drone at an elevated position.
Could have been a drone.
The AI would have picked up on that sort of signal anyway, even if I didn't.
But if it was half a mile away, you probably would have heard a gunshot.
Yeah, no one heard anything.
Well, yes, I don't know enough about guns.
And Pinball explains all this. They are probably at least a mile away, and the sound of such a rifle report would have been faded by the time it was anywhere discernible by one of our guys. Just for curiosity's sake, I'm going to go check it out. Just going to say it was probably the army as well. They have a offer a proposition. I did my best to counter proposition, but I'm no Tetra with her super slick words and able to hyper articulate contracts on the fly as she does.
And can roll more than a 1 on the base roll.
So, we'll talk about that as I go examine this situation. Maybe they left me a mine to blow me up for anybody that try to look up. Or maybe they left a souvenir.
I will let you have that roll one more time to figure out trajectories and the best place it could be, because otherwise, needle in a haystack.
20.
Oh, hey, there you go. Okay, so at least you can figure out trajectory. So you're looking about, you figure how tall was he? He was sitting here. Kind of do your sight lines. There's one building that you're pretty positive that it could be. It's about a mile away.
As I expected. At that distance, they probably arced the bullet hella high, actually. And if they had 3 spotters to triangulate, he might not have
Usually
even...
a 20. You can speculate on this with a 20, certainly. It could have been a rocket-assisted bullet. It could have been some really high tech that did this as well.
Beyond targeted assistant, mile sniper shots aren't that uncommon. They're pretty good.
It's not. What the problem is this was a really dense bullet.
It's a really dense bullet, but I don't think I would suspect a rocket propelled because that would be more obvious. With a little flare after the bullet or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I don't know what this is. You said it was radioactive. Well, do I have education?
Spent uranium round. You would know that after he told you.
Oh, spent uranium rounds. That's also probably the army, because who else has that shit?
Probably many people. I wonder if we could go to one of the vendors here and buy some today.
Tetra, could you get access to that sort of thing?
Yes, probably.
Oh, there we go.
I think I could.
Bert checks his list. Yep, there is depleted uranium round. Just number 3 on the entry.
Item 6, a single exotic weapon of GM's choice. Why, yes, I've got depleted uranium rounds. Funny you should ask. I've been unloading them like hotcakes lately.
Oh, well, in this case, let me pick some up. My word.
Didn't happen to have somebody test fire one recently, did you? Today? No.
Did Grandma get the information she wanted?
Yes.
We have a
she got
nobody asked.
nobody got a dead body to deal with.
He was getting to the good stuff when he was shot. So yes, he found out a few things that definitely help. But yeah. Get into the juicy part of like who was actually responsible when he was shot.
Were any of these guys nearby with when that happened? Those suspicious guys? Oh, they were amazing.
Oh, we don't.
Actually, you can now that you know what they look like, you can go back and look at your video. They were not any closer than any of the other customers.
Yes, but spotters are spotters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They all 3 had sightlines on them? Amazing.
Well, so did Laszlo.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, no.
Laszlo, did you take a deal without cutting us in?
I plead the 5th.
For all we know, Alt was the one that was like, "There's this guy sitting next to
all
me."
right, so let me pull on that thread a little bit. So your weapons merchant he doesn't have depleted uranium rounds, but he does have a stockpile of some depleted uranium. Apparently, there are folks that can be hired to do certain things that like to make their own rounds, and it's been very popular amongst that crowd.
I mean, that's true at any time of the last year, couple of years or so. In that world,
couple of decades,
a couple of Cyberpunk.
It's stable in flight. It's nearly untraceable because you're making your own bullet.
Yeah. And Vector's probably shocking that Pinball doesn't have any. He's kind of probably feeling, yeah, Pinball, you've been missing out. You haven't got any of your own.
Well, I don't usually do too much long-range sniping.
It could be your signature weapon for up close work. I'm so good. I'll waste long range rifles on you.
Oh yes, let me up no scope 360 people, as one does.
I'm pretty sure you could. I know you. You could.
I mean, yes, I could no scope.
Yeah.
But also
Yeah,
my scope is in my eyeball, so it's kind of disingenuous.
He sells to a small group of folks that are enthusiasts of firearms that like to make their own rounds. He's not under any particular restraint. I mean, he'll share that list of folks to you if you like.
Yeah, so
for a prize.
that we should be getting that listed.
For a prize, he'll sell you his list because he
how about
he never promised not to give up information.
He's not in that gig. It's like trade you this bullet.
No.
What? No.
How about a discount on my seller's fees tonight? Say half.
Tetra.
Yeah.
Desra, why are you not jumping in like a rabid dog?
Because I was muted. Okay. Half
Yeah,
is a bit
I'd be
much.
glad to give you a copy of my client list. It's a small list, 6 folks. Say you cut my bill tonight in half, and good trade.
In half for 6 folks.
Hegel engaged.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, you'd have to do all the legwork. 25% off. What do you say?
That's more reasonable. Yes.
Yeah. All right. He shoots you 6 names, contact information, no addresses, but like ways that you can contact them. It's like, these are my contacts. They usually buy from me once every few months or so. Always pay on time. They always look for good quality. I expect they're professionals, so you might be careful.
I sure hope so. Who has money for a hobby like this? Dear God.
Yeah, it's not cheap.
Do any of the names jump out at me?
How well is pinball connected into that scene?
I
would imagine that would be like your Streetwise.
That would definitely be a Streetwise role, but
Are they fellow gamers? Maybe.
maybe.
Go ahead and roll the Streetwise. Let's just see how close you get.
Let's see. Social, Streetwise. I don't have Streetwise. Let's go.
It is under social. Okay.
Yes, but let's see. How much luck do I have? 6. I'm going to throw in all 6. Why not? So add 6. 18.
Yeah, that's pretty good. 2 names stand out to you. One you kind of immediately dismiss as being a killer, because he's the artisan for killers. Like, this guy is just a consummate. He knows every weapon. You've bought in some of his work before. Like, he can copy any weapon out there. He can make a perfect duplication of it. In many cases, making the weapon better than it was before. He definitely makes custom ammunition as well. The guy's a true artist, but he's also an older guy.
And he's a weaponsmith, not so much a weapon user.
Yeah. The other guy is a contract killer. You ran across him a few times. You're actually kind of surprised to see his name there because he doesn't generally make great money. I mean, he's okay, but it's not like he's top tier. It's not like he pulls down like a lot of money doing what he does. He's usually a corporate assassin. Somebody gets ticked off at Fred, who's one step above him on the ladder at work. And then suddenly a contract killing happens. This guy's fairly low rent. Apparently he's come into some money if he's been buying bullets or buying slabs of depleted uranium to make bullets with.
Do I know? So I know his reputation.
Knows rep.
Do I know? Does he have like one particular company that he works for?
No. He does work for companies. As I said, he usually helps people climb the social ladder at corporations. That's kind of his thing.
Do you think I could get his number?
You know how to contact him, just as anyone would know how to contact you. There's certain boards where you can leave, a little bit of information, you pick it up and respond back. It's all very anonymous. It wouldn't give you a location, but you could drop a message.
Basically, does he have any calling cards?
Well, one thing he doesn't have is, one thing he has is a really crappy shot at distance. That's the thing that doesn't jibe. He's never been good with the long arms.
So I'm doubly surprised that he.
Yeah.
His name is on.
You would not use depleted uranium to make pistol rounds for sure.
He's taking your stick.
Yeah, my depleted uranium pistol rounds for my submachine gun when I need to fight a tank or something. Well, if Atom Smasher comes after me, I would need them.
What?
So it's. I'm not saying that he did it. It's just that two names you recognize with that role.
What we could do is get a Joe to look into these names and get us a bit of dossier on these people.
Basically, do that. Weaponsmith guy is a lot easier to approach because, if anything, he'd probably supply a weapon of the nature needed.
Yeah. He's also. You would also know about him that he's very discreet. You would have to offer him up something very good or make a very good threat to hit for him to give up one of his clients.
He has professional confidentiality.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I just sent a message to Low Rent guy. Let's call him Low Rent, and just ask, "Was this you?" Money to say yes or no.
How much money?
He's low rent, right? So 1,000 ebb, which is very respectable money for a simple confirmation.
Okay, I'll tell you what. You throw that out there. We're near the end here, so you're not going to get a response back immediately. But you throw that out there with do the little escrow thing, so the EB is just waiting. He just has to respond, and it gets dropped into his account. So we'll leave that out there. I won't give you. Right away.
Also the assurances that professional respect, all that. You do a job, you don't catch the fallout for the job necessarily. It wasn't personal, unrelated. Just need to know.
Yeah, I tell you what. Let's actually do this. Let's leave this to a luck check for your last meeting together. If that went well or poorly, do a D100 high or low.
Let's do high. No.
Yeah. Low, but it was lukewarm. Like you did not leave enemies, but you were barely professional to one another.
Well, I was simply better. What can I say?
That could very well have been it. Yeah. But he doesn't owe you any favors. You don't owe him any favors, but you are acquaintances. I
play that up that he needs to impress me then.
Okay. Anything else you guys want to run down?
I said, if we get the Joes to do it, then A, it's a bit of a test to see how well they do. And B, if any of them get eliminated, then hey, it's not us.
Yeah, really.
Get a bit of
Rented Joe. Joe from Rented Joe is still around, still peddling his Joes.
Yeah, Tetra, do you want to get him involved in this and look up some names?
Yeah, let's go ahead. Have someone else get shot at and all that for once.
Yeah.
He's putting on a little bit of camp towards the end of the night as he's managed to find some alcohol somewhere, and he's wearing a pimp suit. He's like, "My Joes are top quality. Can't do better than my Joes. My Joes do it all night." Oh, hey, Tetra.
Hey. So we have a job for you.
Oh, you need a Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What kind of Joe do you need?
One that
just
is
office
good
work,
at research. Yeah.
Oh, research. Yeah, we got some definite Joes that can do some research. He knows what kind of work you do. He's like, I'm gonna assume this is other than legal research.
Oh, as always, yes.
Okay. Or research into other than legal people.
Yeah, that's there we go.
It's a gray area. at
Okay.
best. But
Any possibility of blowback on my Joe?
always. But yes, there is.
Okay.
At best.
I think
Well, no,
Just
it's
being
okay.
honest,
There's
being
a
honest.
premium for that. We've got a rider for that. It's going to cost a
Yeah.
little bit more, but I got the Joe for you.
All right.
So how fast do you need the information? So you got quality. My Joes are always quality. Now the question is, faster you need it, the more it's going to cost. So what's my time frame? How fast do you need it? Do you need it real fast, or do you need it soonish?
What's the speed for the next plot point?
Just soonish.
Soonish. All right.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got the
okay.
Joe for you.
It's
Here.
not
You have the
like
fast,
music,
the issue of fast and good too. I'm sure. So
He actually writes down a 16-digit letter combination. Writes it down. Does not hand it to you like via electronic. It says you will receive a number with this as you will receive a request with this as the name. This will be your Joe. He'll introduce himself, and this is how you know he's my Joe. And you're renting him. He'll discuss prices with you. We allow our Joes to do a little bit of freelancing. There's going to be, a nominal amount, of course, just to talk to our Joe, which I know you, Tetra. You're good for it. You let him know what the particulars are, and he's free to accept or reject. Okay, let's just get that out front. If he thinks it's too hot, he may just drop you flat. He may charge you more, or may be excited about it. That's up to the individual Joe.
okay. So if that Joe doesn't want to do it, can we request a different one?
If that Joe doesn't want to do it, I'm pretty sure that none of my Joes will touch it. This guy that I've got in mind is really good at what he does, and he's a little brash fucker too.
Okay.
So you're saying, I'm going to write down a 16-digit number. That's how much it's going to cost.
Yeah.
That's
All right.
what I was expecting, actually.
I'll pass this along to him after the market here. You'll hear from him shortly enough. Remember to check that code. All right. We don't want any other rented Joes to snipe my content.
Okay. Sounds reasonable.
Cool.
All right. Well, if you don't mind, and he cocks his white hat with a peacock feather on it, I gotta go and whore out my Joes. Pardon me.
Bye.
So it's the end of the night, just sort of last. I won't have anything. I'm just going to, if there's any remaining alcohol, I'm just going to buy it, just personally out of my own part.
Yep.
Buy
Sure.
the rest, and I'll just sort of, everyone, have a drink or something. Just because
Bubbly for everyone.
Yeah.
While you still have a dead man in Laszlo's cryo chamber.
I'll take it somewhere and. I mean,
we
have to tell. There was
Jane. Yeah, have a drink.
Go ahead.
There was a gang who was looking after him when we went to see him at his place, wasn't there?
There was.
So we're gonna have to tell him what happened, and not get shot in the process. So that's a thing.
Do you want to hire a Joe for that?
I mean, while
You have
we're
a Joe
yeah,
that's
while we're
really
at
good at delivering bad information.
a messenger Joe. Yeah.
Don't shoot the Joe. That's the new phrase we got now.
Yeah, and that is a
Well,
point.
Yep.
There was
I
a gang that was
mean-
very protective of him.
It's yeah.
Yeah, no, good point. That's probably something we could pick up next time or something. That's a good
Hold
call.
on. I think we should tell them now.
Yeah, even
Give
so,
give them a call.
it's the end of this
I don't know.
session.
You cannot give them a
Is
call.
it,
Don't know
is
how
it
to
something
know.
we can do right the second bit, or should we wait till next time, next session to do it?
Well, it depends. You knew so you had this whole conversation with him the last time about his phone. If you call his phone, you're calling his neighbor.
Oh yes. Okay, so yeah. All right, yeah. I think we need to tell him now.
Mhm.
So yeah, call the neighbor, his phone, and say, hey, we need to speak to the gang.
Do you say that right away when the phone connects, or do you wait for the guy to say something first?
I'll say it straight away. Why not?
Okay.
Hey, we were doing it with the professor, and we need to speak to the gang,
Oh,
please.
yeah. Is he ready to be picked up? We got a van ready to get all of his stuff.
Yeah, no.
Not ready. Okay.
I need to speak to them.
Okay, hold on a second. You hear him just kind of like, you can hear him like open his front door and just yell out.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I expect him.
Yeah. What's up?
So
he's dead.
So that is pretty much what I'm gonna say. Hello, we met last time. I'm Laszlo. The professor came here. Somebody shot him. He is dead.
At the night market.
At the night market. They did it with a sniper shot from miles away from us. It is not something that actually happened that we could have really done anything about. But they might be trying to get to his property as well. So you might want to, I don't know, put guards on his house or something. I don't know.
Richard, I was going to leave this for you to discover this later, but this is just too beautiful. He says, "Wait, what?" And then you hear explosions. You hear explosions.
Yeah. Oh well. No. I did my best.
And then you hear that.
I mean, that's cool. Well,
Wonderful.
Oh well. It's what I would have done. Click.
Nice. Okay. Anything else you want to set up for next time?
No, I've done my bit.
Yeah, Steven, you've got something on the the dark web, reaching out to this assassin. You got that going on. Laszlo's just confirmed that they're tidying up things. Tetra, was there anything you wanted to do or look into? Oh yeah, well, other than you're collecting your share of the the profits from everyone.
Yeah, that's the most important part.
Very, very lucrative night market for you guys. Jameis, is there anything your character wanted? Well, I'm sorry. Let's go back to Tetra. Tetra, was there anything else you wanted to check into, set up? The Joe is going to contact you.
Yeah,
about
I
doing
think
some
I have
research for you. Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm good. I'm just gonna wait for the Joe.
Sure. And how about for Rackham?
Well, first of all, check it with my clan, make sure they're all happy with the tidying. Well, make sure the Hoffs are happy if they need to escort them back, make sure they're all set up. So basically tidying up the various loose ends on that side.
Everybody's happy. Everyone got paid, and there was no fuss as far as they know.
Yeah.
Because they heard there was a dead guy, but it was high cholesterol or something.
Yeah, dead people, Night City.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was nothing dramatic. So as far as everyone is concerned, it was a win.
Amazing from my side. I needed to deal with. So if there was, it's going to come back to bite us later.
No, it's all good. The nomads will take their share, their pay for the job well done after Tetra's collected everything from the sellers. The Hoffs, after they delivered the goods, they weren't waiting on anything else. They're just doing some shopping themselves, so they probably left a while ago.
And yeah, Jane, she's happy she got paid. And
yeah. Well, I mean, she's a little let down that she didn't have a larger crowd, and the crowd here was not really into her music. So she didn't make as many tips as usual, but she did charge you more, so she's happy with it. Happy enough, and she didn't get shot at this time. So
Goldie just calls up and say you're passe.
Yeah.
Well, I'll let them also know about the band fight that was on as well, in case. I said I called them out on your behalf, so don't worry about it.
All right, so we'll.
Sorry, I got one last thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it would do anything, but I just want to check in with all and make sure that she's okay with all the information she's got, because I'm part of doctor, therapist sort of thing. I just want to check she's doing okay. And
no, she's not okay
right now.
No, she is definitely not okay. She's basically keeping it together. She did learn some information that she's having to work through. She's not very happy with, but it was information she didn't know before.
Well, if you need somebody to talk to go through over any of the medical stuff or whatever, then we can do that.
Okay.
I'm
Now,
on the electronics, but yeah.
I'm asking, is Laszlo trying to see if there's a personality shift going on?
The initial thing when the person was shot in the head right at the beginning, I came up and I said Nancy, just to see whether it was her who had done it. So yes, I am also looking for that. Make sure.
Okay. When you said that, she didn't blink and just kept going.
Okay. Well,
Okay. But she's not acting like Nancy now. Not that she did before, other than she was very collected in a stressful situation. She looks like she's very conflicted about information she's going through, very emotional. Definitely not a Nancyism. Nancy is very stoic, very focused. She's not focused. Yeah. No sudden personality shift.
well, good to check in just in case.
But thinking about it, how she dealt with the death of the professor was very Nancy-like. Very get what needs to be done, do it quietly, keep it together. Now you don't know if that's part of Alt's personality normally, but that was very Nancy-like. Okay, so there we go.
Just sort of one other quick thing.
Yep, go ahead.
Just checking with the AI to make sure no one tried to breach the net or anything, as far as I could tell. That's all. Nothing happened that side.
Nope. No weird activity on the net whatsoever. And I do want to clarify, Stephen. Did you lay out the Colonel's offer?
Yes, but they said talk about it later.
Okay, so no, you haven't laid out the Colonel's offer then.
Well, yes. I'm like, how good are we on selling out? And they're like, no.
Well, again, you didn't give the offer. You just asked them if they were good on selling out. You didn't give the offer. You just.
Oh, that sounds like a next game thing, and they need to think about it.
Yeah,
No.
it wouldn't be something that we want to decide right this minute in the night market anyway.
Yep.
We probably
No, I just want to know if the offer was given, and no, you guys have not had the discussion about it.
No.
Okay, so we'll end it there with some things going on.
Some things.
Yeah.
All for selling out. I like the idea. Captain Pinball has a nice ring to it.
Ensign.
It's only a matter of improvement points to get that captainhood.
That's true. So we'll end it there. Richard, tell us about your stream.
Hi, I'm Richard, and I play video games just as badly as we have managed this night market here on Twitch
What are you
at
talking about? This market?
LMTDTMFFR, or say it with me now,
Limited time offer.
Novels.
Fundamental.
This was a great night market. Best profit you've had in a while. Jameis, tell us about your blog.
Yep, I got a blog. I posted something this morning, but I post stuff so I don't remember it anymore. Come see my external memory at my blog.
Welcome to old age. Kim, you got anything?
No, not at the moment.
Oh God, Steven, you got anything to announce?
No. I sometimes watch Richard's blog. Not Richard's blog.
That's a man.
I sometimes watch Jameis's blog, and I sometimes watch Richard's stream, and it has a terrible lack of fox petting. But other than that, it's okay. If you want to catch me, you can sometimes hang out there.
Well, there we go. Also, check out Blue Magic, BLUMAGIK.com. We've got all of our social links there and more years than I care to admit to in silliness like this. So, if anyone's catching this on the VOD or out there in general, have a good night. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
Good night, everybody.
Go do something useful with your time.